7 o'clock and 30 degrees downtown. At the moment, Barbara's winning, which is, well, if nothing else, damned annoying. We don't want Barbara to win. But having said that, believe me, very exciting time. Let me play this for you. Yes, absolutely. Gas is back. Unfortunately, we're not doing two shows today, only one show right now. And yeah, that's nice. Thank you. I forgot my one. Just talking to Barbara about what's going on, because this really is the very first, and I've got to say welcome to everybody. In fact, let me do this. Yeah, I want to welcome everybody along to our very first Facebook Live for 2024. And believe me, it's been a while getting here. It really, really has. Believe me, it's been quite trial and error, to be very honest with you. You're having to wait. You know, the best thing about it is the desk turned up just in time for this particular interview. That somebody up there knew exactly what was going on and worked with us. Jennifer Miller Alvarado. Jennifer Alvarado, hello. Nice to have you on board. Paul Harkins is on board as well. And that mysterious three others person is back as well, you know. So nice to have everybody on board. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's feature artists on Galaxy 107 FM.
Now, I don't know why that was in there, but okay, it's in there. We're not doing Doja Cat. Really, we're not. We're doing, would you believe, RidgeBanks and Nick Blues. And, you know, excuse me, I think I need a coffee. Just one of those things.
Shameless advertising.
Who, me? No, not at all. Welcome, guys. Nice to have you on board. Of course, at the top there, we've got RidgeBanks, and of course, down the bottom there, we have our good friend, Sian Thompson. That's interesting, Nick. How did you change your name? Say hi to Sian. Yeah, say hi to Sian for me too. Believe me. And I do understand about the makeup thing. Believe me, I don't go out in public without my makeup on as well. So, you know, it's just one of those things. It happens. Really, really does. Now, very, very happy to announce that we do have our very first interview for 2024. And both Nick and Roger getting together. Now, I'm going to ask them about this very, very shortly, how it all happened. I really am. And I'm also going to ask Rich about the interview he did with one young lady. I saw the interview and he mentioned us, the whole deal. I'm going to talk about that as well. But before all of that, first of all, let's get into the music. Here's RidgeBanks, One Note at a Time. Big on The Breakfast Show. Talk about that as well, but before all of that, first of all, let's get into the music. Here's RidgeBanks, One Note at a Time. Big on the break. Are we good? Nice, nice. I see Jessica Falk is joining us as well. Chris Andreas coming out of Vancouver. Hello, brother man. Say hi to Jimbo for me, won't you? Today we're talking to not only RidgeBanks, but also to Nick Blues. And believe me, these two have been getting together now. They're on two different parts of the world. And isn't it fantastic what technology can do? For example, what we're doing right now. Absolutely fantastic. Guys, it is an absolute pleasure to catch up with you. It really, really is. Want to get in depth and get the whole skinny of how everything works here and how it got together. But first of all, guys, I've got to ask you, is your grandfather still alive?
Is mine?
Yeah, Rich, is your grandfather still alive?
My
Still alive? No, my grandfather's not still alive.
Yeah, no, neither's mine, but I can still remember the words, his last words he said to me.
Go on.
Yeah. Are you still holding the ladder?
I never trust ladders, Grant. They're always up to something.
Yeah, especially on stockings, right? They're the only ones I like to climb frequently. Oh my gosh. What's the temperatures over there?
You know, here in the U.S., it's about 50 degrees, and believe it or not, spring has sprung here in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So after today, I think today was the last freezing night, and it's going to be really nice now.
Awesome.
It's going to be 75 later this week.
Awesome, yeah. Believe me, we got sick of hearing about the man flu and everything, so we thought we'd send our summer over your way.
Nice.
Well, I've seen some photos, Nick. Honestly, you can keep that snow stuff. It just doesn't go with my complexion. Don't like it at all, really.
We've been lucky at the moment, as in Rich in America. Spring's about to descend upon us, and we've not had a lot of snow, so we're happy with that.
Nice, nice. You'll be getting ready.
Unlike the snow in Nashville that Ridge encountered a few months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
10 inches, that's a lot for Nashville.
You guys will be gearing up for the summer festival season, won't you? Hold on there. Let's do this. I've got to figure out what button is what. Well, that one works. Anyway, nice to have you all back. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on board, and going to do a few shout-outs. Of course, Marcel Louis is joining us, our brand new friend coming out of Germany. Nice to have you on board. Franco Nanucci, nice to have you back, Franco. And it's a pleasure to be back as well. Jessica Falk is joining us, as well as Chris Andreas, Dan Washburn. Loving the new track from you, Dan. I really am. Bo Gregory is joining us. Anita from Awake is joining us. Stained Glass also is watching. And Ania Enerson is joining us as well. So absolute pleasure to have everybody on board, and really excited, because this really is the very first for 2024, new equipment, everything like that. And unfortunately, RidgeBanks and Nick Please are the first victims for 2024. Absolute pleasure to have you gentlemen on board. It really is. Now, we kick the show off literally with one note at a time. Tell me about this, because believe me, it's Richard is making a huge sensation on our breakfast show here at Galaxy. So I want to know the skinny about this. I know you co-wrote it, so tell us all the information about it.
Well,
Your challenge.
The song itself I wrote because when I first got to Nashville, believe it or not, I was really afraid to get on stage. It's a lot scarier than you think to get up there and show your heart and everything up there. And I've been here for like 4.5 years. So after a couple hundred performances, I finally conquered that, where I feel like myself on stage, where I feel authentic. But that, it comes with a lot of practice. You got to do a lot of that. So this song is kind of reminiscent of that and overcoming that fear. And the last time I was interviewing with you, DJ Grant, I mentioned that I would love to come out there and play, and also go to the UK. And you guys said, man, you got to meet this guy, Nick Luz. And I said, okay. And I thought that'd be great. And it wasn't, when was it that you came out there, Nick? You came out
October.
Yeah, October of last year is when all the magic started. You came to the Commodore Grill when I was playing there one time. And we sat down and talked, and he said, man, if you could lay down your next song, just your voice and your guitar, and see what kind of magic he could do. And holy cow, I had no idea what to expect. And what came back was so amazing. Nick's his influence and his connections out there with some incredible musicians just added things to one note at a time that I couldn't even imagine. And so it's just gone from there. Now Nick and I communicate almost every day through Facebook and Messenger and all kinds of stuff, just coordinating the promotion of the song and recording some new ones that are going to be coming out too.
Well, that's exciting, Rich. It really, really is, because I'm looking forward to promoting new work, not only from you yourself, but with the collaboration of Nick as well. Now, Nick, I want you to talk to me about Nikki, because she makes an appearance, and believe me, what a superb backing vocalist she is. Tell me all about this young lady, please.
Well, Nick and I met a year or two ago in another guise at a studio in Birmingham in London, and hit it off. And what a voice, what a talent, what a lovely human that she is, first and foremost. A star in her own right, been performing since the age of 14 when she, I don't think she'll mind me saying, she left the country without her parents knowing and became a backing singer for Black Sabbath, and phoned them up from America to let them know that she was actually there singing. And since then her career's blossomed. She's had 2 #1 hits on the dance scene. She's a leading lady at the moment in a West End production in London called Blood Brothers at Tours. She had a career also as a backing singer. She's a vocal coach, and she's performed on the one of the biggest shows in the UK, the X Factor, of which she came a very creditable 2nd or 3rd, I believe, in that, which opened up further doors to her. A phenomenal talent, lovely lady, and I've got a lot of time for her and love her as a person, and I know that Richard also shares that point of view and respect for her.
Absolutely. So is this going to be the start of something beautiful between all 3 of you guys, and of course Richard's band and everything, to be able to put more work out to Galaxy?
Do you want to answer that one, Rick?
For sure. We already got a few things in the works.
That's exciting. It really, really is. Now, Rich, I want to talk to you about a young lady who interviewed you not so long ago, and you mentioned not only myself and Barbara and Galaxy, but also Nick Plus. You told her a little bit about the story. So my question to you, my friend, is, are we part of the RidgeBanks unfinished, untold story now?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You guys are Wallace Sounders.
I like that. I like that. Absolutely brilliant. It really, really is. Now, let's get into the skinny of the song one note at a time. Break it down for me. Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, now we also have some incredible musicians that Nick introduced us to, too. We got Mark Haynes that's on the drums, and Sean Clutterham that's on harmonica. I play harmonica too, but wow, what he did on the song, I think, really brings it all together too. I think it's just wonderful, and he even got me to get my banjo out again. So I haven't played the electric banjo in a while, and that was one of my favorite instruments to play. So I got to put a little one note at a time in there on that song, on the song too. So it really came together. So, and I'm always so, I always think that I'm so picky with what I put into my music, but I don't know, something about the way Nick and I jive and stuff, and all the musicians that we've had have just made everything so fun, and it's just been really easy, wouldn't you say, Nick?
It's been a great experience and an ongoing experience between like-minded people who I'd like to think are pretty proficient on their chosen instruments, have got a passion and a love, with nil egos involved, and the communication that we've got is superb. And there's the decisions are made. Ultimately, it's Ridge's decision. It's his music, but he certainly involved us all within that, and we're grateful for that. And everybody talks about the Nashville spin on music. Maybe we can put a little bit of a Leicester spin on it, with the Nashville influence as well, with Hidden Creek Studios, who are magnificent in Nashville, and also Adam at Deadline Studios in Leicester. We're I'd like to say a fantastic collective of people, and I'm very honoured to be a part of that.
Nick,
and even that is so seamless. We both use Pro Tools, so we can just send all the session files back and forth, and You know, it's not much different than if we were just there in another room.
You know, I've got to let you guys know, and believe me, I'm feeling like an expectant father, to be very honest with you, because a lot of this really was my suggestion in the first place to get these two guys together, and I really, really respect you, Ridge, for accepting my friend Nick into the family. And again, Nick, I really, really respect you and Sian for going all the way over to Nashville to be able to meet up with my good friend Ridge. And you know something, just magic is happening. It just is happening right now. The magic we're playing here on the radio, Stare Too Long, tell me all about this, because believe me, it's going through the roof.
Your song, Ridge, it's Stare Too Long. It's your baby.
Well, you're talking about Stare Too Long, yeah. Well, Stare Too Long, I wrote quite a time ago. I was in a bar in Long Island, and a group of women came in, 12 of them. They're all beautiful, and they said, "Man, our only rule is bare shoulders at night." And I thought, oh boy, wouldn't that be a great song? And I wanted to make it a little bit more about your permanent lover, so to speak. So it's more like a love song about your wife and stuff. So anyway, and you know, like it's so, you know, there's a certain amount of time after you look at somebody across the room where you're supposed to look away. And so I guess this was my my way of flirting in a passive aggressive way, staring across the way, waiting for your, you know, the one you've been looking for to stare back at you. So it really is the playful song, got 3-part harmonies and stuff in it. So it's and I got to play it at a competition just a week ago, or a few days ago actually, at the Franklin Theater, which is a really big place here, and a big competition that they have here, which is really awesome.
Well, I got to let you know, so far since we've been playing at Ridge, 2,951 requests for it, and climbing every morning. And believe me, I get into work about 10:30 at night. By about midnight, I'm in production with a couple of guys in there, and we're going through everything that's been left out for us to be able to tell us what everybody's asking for, so that we can structure our breakfast show. Ridge, honestly, not only is one note at a time, but Stare Too Long is just making a huge impact. It really, really is. That's why I'm super excited about new work coming out in the near future, and hopefully you guys will indulge me with coming back for another interview. But
absolutely,
believe me, I think we should get this underway. Ladies and gentlemen, RidgeBanks, right here at Galaxy. Here's Stare Too Long.
You guys are all awesome.
How we feeling?
Great.
I'm
Hi,
cool, man.
Sean.
Listen, it was one of those things that was going to be said later on, because I'd like to give a few thanks out, but you know, the internet is a great tool. That's how we hooked up. But more importantly, you the man, Grant, and your good lady, Barbara. And you know, we wouldn't be here and doing all this stuff. And the power of technology is a great thing, but ultimately it's down to you guys. And I'll always be indebted and owe you a massive favour and respect for that. And I'm sure Ridge and I and the band at some point would love to come over there, and I know that'll happen at some point.
Sure.
You know, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm really going to hold you to that, because seriously, if we don't even play on a stage, I just want to be with you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I consider you both very, very close friends. Having said that, you never know what might be in the cards. We might be able to get you over to India at some stage in the near future as well.
What a trip that would be. You know, I'm lucky to have been to India, as you know, and I know you guys have, but I don't think Ridge and Sherry have ventured that far yet. But what a place to meet up. What a spiritual place to hook up.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, luckily, I think that, to be just quietly between us and the rest of the world, we were invited to go over there and host the IMF2 in Trivandrum, India. I think that was a ruse. That was just an excuse to get us to get over there, so that they could hit us up about building radio stations over there, Galaxy style, because for about 50 plus years now, it's been nothing but Bollywood. It's just been dominant. And
Wow.
the people that we're talking to, and we're talking to some government officials, saying, you know, the young ones don't want it. They're sick of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What they want is what we're offering. And that's to be able to hear their own bands, international bands, all sorts of variety that is just not Bollywood. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So-
Yeah. Well, you know, I wish you and Barbara every success. You deserve that for the effort and the work that you put in for not just us, but for all the musicians and artists around the world and the noise. And you know that, and I thanked you on many times for that personally. It's a great thing, and what a market and an opportunity India will be for you all. And good luck to you.
Well, exactly. It opens doors where our artists wouldn't normally be heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're very interested in breaking new ground. We really, really are, because not only for us, but moreover, it's for yourselves, the artists of the world, to be recognised, stuff like that. So namaste to everybody in India too, by the way. But in the meantime, what I've got to say hi to Michael Zdanowitz. He's checking up because, of course, two of his artists are coming up next week. Dave Crimmon is joining us. Hello, Dave. Nice to have you on board. Sean McKay is on board.
My grandson.
Your grandson. And Cheryl Arnold. Hello, sweetheart. Nice to have you on board. Let's
and
get back to it.
Love you, darling.
Let me just grab my thing here.
You know, I got to be honest with you.
24 hours a day.
Thank you. I got to be honest with you guys. Believe me, I've discovered what women actually do want in a relationship. Security.
Go on.
Security. Well, believe me, every time I go up to a woman, that's the first thing out of her mouth. Security! It's true. It's really true.
Okay.
Anita's joining us as well. Gay Miranda is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Gay. It really, really is. Looking forward to catching up with you again in the near future as well. I did mention, guys, that we might be able to get you guys over to India. We are heavily involved with, of course, Lazy Indie Magazine. Got to give those guys a plug because, of course, GLI, which is going to be Galaxy Lazy Indie Radio India, is being formed in Bangalore very, very shortly. But they're very, very heavily involved in the music industry as far as putting on shows and stuff like that. So we're going to start rotating some of our bands through different avenues. And I know of one person who's looking at building specifically a nightclub big enough to be able to hold the capacity of maybe about 5,000 people. Don't forget, it's a big place. Lots of people there. That we can get you guys on stage playing there. And at the same time, of course, we've got the festivals and everything like that being lined up in all sorts of places. Mumbai, Goa, Trivandrum, of course. We're also looking at Calcutta and other parts of India. So we're spreading it around to be able to expose all of Galaxy's artists. Really, really am. And there's a little something else that we're doing, part 2 and part 3, that I'll inform you about once we're off air, simply because it is, so, well, you know, if I have to tell you, I'd have to kill everybody in the world. I haven't got 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I just don't have that time. Really. But believe me, you guys will be very interested in this. Stephen Ireland's joining. Hello, Stephen. Nice to have you on board. JB Striker's back. Guess what? We're back. We really are. And it's been such a pleasure. Guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap it up right now. But I've got to thank you so much. Rich, I really, really appreciate not only your talents, but your trust in me, especially when I recommend people to you. I would never recommend somebody that I didn't believe in. And I've got to say the same for Nick, please, because Nick, you know, believe me, I would never have ever said to you, please go and check this guy out while you're over there, if I didn't believe in the talent And I know both of you put together, mate, the magic's coming. It is just coming and coming and coming and coming, and it's all over our breakfast show. Congratulations, guys. Have a very, very happy and successful day. Don't go anywhere just yet, because I want to wrap you up on a couple of things that we got coming up. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for being the very first victims for Galaxy 2024. It's an absolute pleasure. In the meantime, folks, let's go back to the music. You're right here at Galaxy. Have a very happy and successful day, and don't forget, while you're there, why not sub, thumb, and bell? Bingo. Bell notifications, sub, subscribe, become part of the family. The noise. You're right here at Galaxy. And don't forget, like us as well. Go on, double, treble dare. In the meantime, have a very happy and successful day. Happy radio, everyone.
Thank you.